So. Well, Ollie, it's nice to nice to meet you. That's what they're talking about in like first 20 to 50 episodes. You gonna find your voice.
It's gonna be bullshit, right? That's why they say that, because it takes 20 episodes to fucking
figure out how to talk.
Get right, yeah.
It's weird. It's weird to be like, it's weird to be like, we do this normally, naturally,
right?
And then now we're here like, now we have to figure out how
motherfucker under the lens,
Talk under the lens.
All of this shit makes it different, though. I think it's amazing that that people can talk naturally, like on camera, though. You know what I'm saying?
Very much so.
I think you just have to block out the fact that there's cameras. Like, you have to like ignore the mic and the camera right there, and the camera over there, and the sound running in the background. Like
the three people looking at you holding the microphone.
You feel me? Like, you gotta
pretend like they're not here.
You have to block that out. You know what I mean? You gotta, and that's what we gotta learn. We gotta learn to block.
I think that's what makes it great, though.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I think
it'll be very cool.
It'll be cool. So, locked in or locked out, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're the MC. You're MC now.
Yeah, first episode, dog.
First episode.
We here, man.
We've been talking about it for months now, right?
Yeah. So, we can go introductions. I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to jump it out.
Go for it.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, it is your boy, Ali, you know what I'm saying? In the place to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? OD if you know me. You know what I'm saying? Ali if you don't. You feel me? Just straight government. For real.
Straight government.
Yeah, that's just what I go by, you know? That's just my name. You feel me? But I'm from Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? Grew up in Mississippi and in Killeen. So, you know, I'm a Mississippi born, raised, Texas made. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's Mississippi, Texas thing. You know what I mean? It's a connection.
Yeah.
You know, both are a part of me. You know what I mean? Like, so I claim them both. If I'm in Mississippi, you know, my family there. If I'm in Texas, my whole family there. You know what I'm saying? My kids.
And you got them tagged.
Yeah. And I'm tagged. You know what I mean? I'm tagged for sure. So
you're welcome.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Sco. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. You know, we hit up. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, my boy go crazy. Yeah. I have kids. Like I just said, I got kids. I got 4 kids, man. You know what I'm saying? 3 boys, 1 girl. You feel me? And you know, they are my little world. You dig? You know, I'm just a regular ass nigga. You know what I mean? I go to work, you know, every day and take care of my family, dog. And you know, I've been through a lot though, you know, before that point. So I think my perspective and my outlook, you know what I mean, on life is valuable, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I survived everything that I've been through, so you know.
Big facts.
I feel like I might have a little, you know what I mean, information that could help anybody or somebody. You know?
Yeah,
type dig.
Ollie, nice to meet you.
yeah, you feel me? You feel me?
Yeah. And I am Sco.
Yeah. Sco Dose.
Born in Brooklyn. Raised everywhere.
Beat case from Brooklyn, okay. Yeah.
Up north, but I've been down south for a very long time, so
yeah.
Texas is home to me.
Okay.
It's where all my exes, you know, they say all your exes live in Texas, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't wrong.
Oh, gang.
They are not wrong.
All my exes live in Texas.
They are out here, that's for sure.
They definitely out here, okay.
But
fuck them out.
But that's okay. I don't mind that at all. I'm too super okay with that.
Right.
Because I've got my lady now.
Exactly.
And
Making
between
big
her and I, we
moves.
got 4 kids.
Okay.
She's got her 2 daughters, and I got my daughter and my son.
Word.
You know, and they're all amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I do tattoos, piercings. You know, I love to work on different stuff. You know, we've done music for a long time.
Right.
And you know, the idea was coming into Locked In and Locked Out. It just felt like it's time to get real about real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I felt like you get so caught up with people around you that just aren't being real or realistic.
Right.
You know, whether it's with themselves, whether it's with life in general. Like, people are having a hard time finding who they really are, you know?
Yeah.
And I just think in a lot of conversations you and I have had
Right.
over the past few months, one thing that I find myself doing more and more is trying to be a little bit more real about who I am.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think
Hell yeah.
it's a cool idea. So
It
that's
is,
why
it
whenever
is.
we were talking about doing the podcast, and I thought, oh, man, what do we always talk about? And one of the things you always come to me with is every time
Right.
we're talking about life and things, you always tell me, I'm locked in, bro. And I'm like,
Right.
"Dope,"
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely
And,
locked in
and
for
then,
sure. Yeah.
when it comes to everything.
Right.
But there's something to be said about that. It's not just about being locked in, and it's not about what's said, but it's the actions behind it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
one
yeah.
thing that I would bet money on, that anybody could say is that you, as a friend and as a brother, has shown up.
Oh yeah.
You
No.
show
100%.
up.
Yeah.
Never no issue, never no
Yeah.
complaining, never no
Yeah.
doubt or down talk. It's always like,
Right.
oh, you need me there, I'm gonna be there. When you know
Yeah.
you can. When
You know
you can.
Here's the thing, right, about that is like I was raised that way, bro. Like naturally, this is how me and my family. This is how I was taught. This is how I was raised. These things that I found out are special. You know what I mean? Like, because real friends and good people are so hard to find these days. I'm realizing now that it's really special to be that way. But that was instilled in me from a child, gang. Like, this is how my grandma treat her sisters and her friends, and this is how my mom treat her friends, and this is how my uncle, and I see him and his friends. I seen how my cousins and they loyalty. You know what I mean? Like, this was just how it's just a natural thing, bro. And I think it's really dope for that to be like appreciated, though. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the dope thing about it is that it gets recognized and people appreciate that. So
That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it very much is, because like even for me myself, like I struggle with being present. I struggle with staying, connected in a
Right.
lot of ways. Obviously, for personal reasons,
Yeah.
that's a lot of why. But at the end of the day, my heart, my intent is always for the better of other people.
Right.
But I've gone a very long time putting people first.
Yeah.
Putting people's mindsets first, putting people's opinions first, putting people's, what I felt, oh, this is what would make them happy with me first.
Right. Yeah.
Regardless of I don't appreciate this, or I don't agree with this, or I don't like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we're talking about being locked in or locked out, it's like you as a person have to come to a point where you realize I gotta stop making it about everybody else. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop making it about not the people that don't matter. I don't want to say the people that don't matter, but I mean like.
But yeah.
But there's definitely a priority. But yeah.
But yeah, the people that don't matter. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's about making things a priority and knowing what the priority is.
Right.
It was like, and you've told me this a long time ago.
Yeah.
It was like, it's me, my family,
Right.
and you're like, and then it's
Everything
everything else. Yeah,
exactly.
then it's
That's
everything else, yeah.
bro. That had okay. Here's the thing, right? We're children. We grow up, right? Once you grow up and you start a family of your own, right? Mm-hmm. Once you get that, your household, your girlfriend, your wife, your significant other, right? Y'all's kids, y'all's life, work and school and everything. Once you get that, bro, you'll realize that nothing else outside of that. I'm not gonna say it don't matter. Maybe that's the wrong choice of words, is saying people don't matter, because everybody matters, whatever, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, to your bigger picture, it doesn't matter. Meaning, when it's time to pay that rent, when it's time to pay that light, when it's time to pay that gas, when it's time to make sure you got food in the crib for the kids to eat, when it's time to go and buy them clothes because they got a band concert, or when it's time to fucking go buy school clothes, or it's time to buy summer clothes because they growing, like, when it's time for that, you're by yourself, gang. You have to do that on your own. Mm-hmm. So that's why nothing outside of that matters, because you don't have the time to focus on things like that. Like, if you stumble, if you fall behind, and you're on your own to get out of, you know what I mean? Like, this is not a group effort, you know what I mean? So it's like, if it's not this right here, if it's not these kids, my kids good, yeah, okay, my mom, them, they good, yeah, okay, then I'm cool. Other than that, I'm cool. All the drama and all the other people was like taking on everybody's things, like, no, bro, no, I don't have time for that, because I have my own set of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That need my full attention. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because when you're the leader of that situation, you know what I mean? Like, you have to.
No, yeah.
I got to be locked in, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? You got to be locked in.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel me?
But that's my whole thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, there was something that you said there. You said, whenever all this happens, you're on your own. When you're trying to figure this out, you're on your own.
Right.
And the reality is that at the end of the day, you're on your own.
You're on your own, man.
Like, you have your people. You have people. There are people that'll stay locked in. But that's the difference, though. The problem is that you don't ever really know. Like, sometimes but you don't really know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could have people that'll be like, yeah, I'm there for you. I'm here for you.
Yeah.
But low key, they don't give a damn.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just in the background, just enjoying seeing you.
Yeah, watching you
struggle and
fall.
Figure it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're still like, oh, but we're here. We're what do you need?
Yeah.
But in reality, it's like, it ain't really about that.
Yeah.
Then you got the people that wanna, it's a. They say unconditional, but it's not unconditional.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not locked in.
Right.
That's not locked in.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, the reality is that those are the ones that got to get locked out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
facts. No, facts. And okay, and not to get it misunderstood though, right? Like,
exactly.
When I say locked out, like, I'm not meaning as far as like just shutting people out completely or becoming enemies with anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying
that priority needs to get
feeding into the negative energy, right? So that means that if you're outside of this core group and you're bringing some positive energy and you're bringing, you know what I mean, good vibes and good things, then okay, yeah, because that's positive energy, and we got to keep that going, right? Sometimes I don't feel positive, and you know what I mean? If I got somebody that's positive in my life, then he's going to keep me positive. It's going to push me to be positive. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're bringing positivity, then cool. But if you're not, then I don't need it. And then I'm not the type of person to fake kick it either. So if it's like that, then eventually I'm not going to stop. We just going to stop talking, because if I talk to you every time and there's always some negativity, then that's going to, I don't need that. You know what I mean? That's going off my balance. You feel me? I'm fighting myself to stay positive and stay, you know what I'm saying?
And the thing is, that's the thing. Like, one thing that I always see, it's always a post or something. People always say, like, you never know the battles that other people are fighting.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel that on a whole different level.
Right,
with the shit that I've gone through, because I'm like, people don't realize how I'm feeling, what I'm dealing with, what I'm pushing through to like keep shit going. You know what I'm saying? There's the select few that may not understand, but are willing to still be present, and be, what's the word, like empathetic? Is that what the word is? About it. You know what I'm saying? Versus like other people that are just kind of like, well, sorry you're going through what you're going through, but what's up with blah blah blah? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you talking about? I'm dealing with shit. I'm trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
But that's just life in general, and that's where a lot of this locked in, locked out shit come from.
Exactly.
Another thing I think about a lot when it comes to that is work. It's the system, what I'm talking about? Like the world, in itself. There's just so much just going on, and you just don't know where people's focus is.
Exactly.
We're distracted by everything around us now.
And see, bro,
AI, that's TikTok, Instagram. There's just so much going on everywhere.
And that's another reason,
your focus just gets completely shot. For some. But then there's people that literally lock in, and they utilize all that shit. I've seen people do it from the other side of it, and they're like, you know what, I'm gonna use AI, social media, and all this and all that, and turn it into something huge for myself or for others, and it's cool. So it can go one way or the other. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
But talking about all the things that are going on now, right? One thing I wanted to get to was talking about younger years, right?
Okay.
How old are you right now?
I'm 35. I'll be 36 in July.
35, 36. So you're still a little bit younger than me.
Yeah.
I got a few years on you.
Right, yeah.
I'm going on 41 now. Well, not going on. I am 41.
And how young are we trying to go?
I was just thinking so you're 35. I would say, how different is 35 from, let's say, 21? Right?
Bro, what? Bro, 21 and 35 are like day and night, bro.
Yeah.
The amount of information consumed, or that I say should be consumed, in that stretch of years, bro, is like so much, bro. Like, yeah, when I was 21, I think I was having my first kid. I was just having my first kid.
But at 21, that's, you would consider that good.
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
You'd be like, you didn't have it at 15.
That's good. I didn't.
16,
but I also went to prison at like 17, 18. So,
yeah.
There's a little chunk there. I had a little, you know what I'm saying? I had a little help staying out of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great.
But
is it recording still?
Yeah. Okay, we rolling, Good. We rolling.
So this is the first episode. We've been talking about it a little bit. This is the first episode.
Yeah.
When you hear us trying to check, audio check and all that other stuff, that's just kind of what's coming with the territory for the moment.
Man. This shit is real. This shit is raw.
We're gonna figure it out.
It'll
get better. It'll get better.
Okay.
We'll work on it.
Yeah, we're gonna get it together.
Yeah. But okay, so let's get back to it. So you were 21.
So I was just having my first kid. You feel me? So I was still thugging super hard at this point, still figuring out life, bro. One thing about going to prison, bro, is like the best way to describe it, right? Like in layman's terms, is like as soon as you go in there, right? And you go to trial or you go to court, whatever, you get your time. As soon as you get your time and you go behind that door and it shuts, it's like a stopwatch, bro. Time and everything that you understand about outside of those walls stop. Right? So let's say I go to jail or I go to prison in 2009.
Yeah.
Right? That's where I'm at. As I do my time and the world outside continues to roll, I'm still stuck back in whatever time
you
I got
went
locked up.
Yeah, so let's say you go in 2009, you get out 2015. You get out 2000. And it feels like 2009
still. Bro, listen. Even from 2009 to 2010.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
Even just the 1 year, like, bro.
Well, you don't realize how fast.
Yes, the world is going. The world is going
until a situation like that happens.
And it doesn't stop. Nothing stops, bro. Nothing stops. When they snatch you, the world continues to roll immediately. Like nothing waits on you. You know what I mean? So just that amount of time, bro, is detrimental, bro. You miss so much, and the world advances like so much that when you get out, you still 2009 in your head and starting over from scratch. It's like a newborn baby being placed in the world. Like, here, now learn everything over again. Nothing that you knew is real anymore. Like, so imagine going to jail in 1995 and then getting out in 2018. Like, the technology alone is enough to like make you blow a fucking ass.
That's all. Like, God,
like, dog,
we're out here and it's going too fast.
You know what I mean,
like,
bro?
Like, what do you mean? I can just type something and bam, it's there. Like,
you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, and then like I seen a video. I seen a video of this guy pranking dudes in prison with the AI videos. Have you seen it?
No.
Bro, oh my God. If we can find those videos, we have to plug it.
Yeah.
We have to plug it, bro. All right, so it's a guy. I don't know what app they're on, you know what I'm saying? But it's guys in prison, you know, they have cell phones and shit. So they in there, they get on this like video call with him, right? And he's actively making AI videos of them right there just doing crazy shit. Like it's two of them standing there, and then he got a video playing of them kissing. Like first it start off as them looking,
oh yeah,
and then they looking at this, they like, hey man, hey wait a minute, like man, what the fuck is going on? What you doing? Like, hey, and it just goes to show you, like, bro, they get home, like, imagine how bad they can get scammed just off AI videos.
Bro, my parents are getting scammed now.
Tell me about it, dog.
They even been in jail. They get scammed today.
Right, bro. It's like, man, it's crazy.
My mom's just the other day, she said she got, well, I saw she posted about it. Yeah. She had gotten scammed from pet owners. People saying that they got dogs and got pictures. And being like, oh, cash at me a deposit. And then they just disappeared. Oh,
rehoming fee. She got hit with the rehoming.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's crazy. And I think it happened twice. Same thing.
They bogus for that, though.
Same thing happened with an old friend of mine. She was like, can I borrow $100? She was like, I'll pay you back by the end of the day. I was like, all right, bet. So I let her borrow $100. And then at the end of the day, it comes around and I'm like, you know, what's going on? And she was like, well, and then I was like, what? And then she ended up telling me that somebody was messaging her on her phone. It was like her family member.
Right, yeah.
But she like sent like a video message of her being like, hey, is there any way you could send me $100? I need it for this and this and this and this.
Right.
So she was just like, okay. So she ended up sending her, or no, it was some weird shit. Like she said, hey, can you send me $100? I'll send you like $300.
Right, yeah.
Like later.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
And she was like, sure, helped her out, sent her the money. Turned out that it was never her family member. It was an AI video of her family member reaching out to her asking to borrow the money.
Bro, I'm telling you,
so she thought it was her family member because her family member like flipped out, like she like reported it and this whole thing. But I was like, there's no way. I was like, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Bro.
It's crazy. But
people scamming out here.
Yeah, no, it's wild.
Okay,
back to what I was saying.
We got super sidetracked. I mean, that's how it goes. So 21 to 36.
So
35, 36.
Yeah, 21 to 35. It's just it's night and day, man. Yeah. You know, I was having my first child, bro. I had just came home from prison, so I was really back fresh, really fresh. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I went to prison at like 18. Maybe 19. I came home 20, right, when I was about 20, about to turn 21. And then
was it that different? Like, did you feel like things were very different when you came home? Yeah?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Okay, another sidebar. I've been in prison twice. Let's just go ahead and cross that bridge. This was the first time. So that was the time that I really didn't learn anything. I didn't learn my lesson. I was still super young. I didn't really give a shit about doing that time at the time. Yeah. Right? So this is how I'm coming home. This is 21. This is how I'm coming home. I don't care. I'm moving to Texas. I'm finna turn up. I gotta get bread, right? So boom, I hit the ground running. I get out there. Get out here. I start working, you know what I'm saying? And booming. Get with my BM. I know her since like middle school, you know what I'm saying? So it was easy, reconnected with her real quick. Boom, and boom, there you go. Baby on the way. I'm still in the streets doing everything under the sun, you feel me, to get it, you know what I mean? And
we were young, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And I was, just trying to figure it out, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You just came back from that.
Yeah.
So then here's the thing. So now let's fast forward. You're 35, 36 years old, right?
35.
Would you say that your mindset and all that is very different from them?
Completely. It's completely different. I went to prison again in that time. That gap. Yeah. And but this time, the second time, bro, was different. It was different because I had kids now at this point, right? So I come home, I stair-step kids. Every year after I came home, I had a kid for the next 4 years, right? So, boom, I have these kids, and at this point in time, right, now about a fourth kid, all right, now I'm trying to settle down. Now I'm trying to chill. I got too many kids. It's a lot going on. It's, you know what I mean? I'm finally getting my head straight somewhat. You know what I mean? I'm still got my ways, but I'm kind of, you know, slowing down a lot. Just trying to work and take care of the fam. And then boom, I go back to prison at that point. Now I go back. I have 4 kids, right? I got 3 baby mamas. I'm with one. And it's a lot more than
the weight was a lot.
Yeah, more. Bro. Like the first time I came through, I probably came through bouncing on my head, came through, did my time, bounced back out on. You know what I'm saying? Like it was nothing. This time it was like my world stopped. Now everything that I was doing for my kids is no longer. And now oh, bro, it sucked. It fucking sucked. That was the worst part. Like just the conditions of prison and all that shit is literally designed for us. So is a nigga make it if you go in there and be cool, but
yeah,
it sucked though, bro.
See, I never did prison. I did a few little things with know in county, and I got caught up in county a lot. But I was getting caught up in county a lot.
Right. Yeah.
I got lucky that I didn't end up in prison because it was all for the most part it was for a lot of like minute
petty shit.
But you know, even with some of the more serious things, I don't know, somehow it just slid by, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, but that didn't change my way of or that didn't deter me from changing.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Like, I didn't do hard time in any way. I couldn't imagine what it felt like going to, like, prison, knowing, like, damn, I've got kids.
We'll do an episode on that.
Especially knowing you as a person that's like your hustle and your grind, and you're constantly looking for opportunity to do something else,
right?
Know, and find a way. But in the meantime, also be providing at the same time.
You know what I mean?
You know, so to know you and to be like, damn, you know, see that shit shut down. I could see that would be like,
bro, it's detrimental.
It's
detrimental. I'll be completely honest with you, bro. The first time, like I said, I bounced through, I bounced out, it was nothing. I ain't even feel nothing. You feel me? The second time, it took such an emotional toll on me, bro. Like I could have turned into a monster, and I did for a second. You know what I'm saying? And it took me a little while to like dig myself out of that, but I did, and you know, I came out on the other side of it 10 times better, bro. I will say that I utilized my time a little bit better. And when I came home, bro, instead of hitting the ground and running on some foolishness, I hit the ground and I went and got a job. And I hit the ground and I went and enrolled in school. You know what I'm saying? I hit the ground and I made sure that I reconnected with my kids and talked to them as much as I could. I hit the ground and I ran on some good shit. You know what I mean? Instead of the bad shit. And it's just paid off. And you know, 35, bro, is great. It's laid back. It's chill. I'm like an old man now. You feel me? Like I'm like an old man now because, bro, I did so much in my fucking teens and my 20s, bro, that like now nothing like amazes me anymore. Like,
well, it's great that getting kind of caught up back then didn't make you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
You didn't just fall into that and just be like, that's all I am, that's all my lifestyle is. Like, I think that's one thing that a lot of people have a hard time snapping out of is like, dang, I'm tired of being that person.
Exactly,
you know? But I think that carries for a lot of things. You know, like I tell people all the time, like, man, even when it comes to the way you are in your relationships, to the way that you are with your friends, to the way that you are with your job, like sometimes you have to go, man, I'm just tired of being that person, and make the changes.
Exactly.
Even if they're small changes, big or small, you know what I'm saying? Just being willing to put in the effort to go, I just don't want to be there anymore.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's one thing a lot of people struggle with.
Yeah, but seeing that change in you, right? Since it's just you changing yourself as an actual person, that automatically affects all of those things that you name. You know what I mean? Like your family and your relationships and like that. If you're changing yourself, then that's actively going to make those situations better. And that's another thing, right? That kind of be hard when you're trying to change is that people get used to you a way that you are. So when you start changing, that's foreign to them. So, everybody reacts differently to you changing yourself, which is crazy, and it sounds crazy, right? Because you assume that it would just be, oh, I see you changing and I'm happy for you. But that's just not life. You know what I mean? That's just not life, bro. It's like some people don't know how to deal with that change, or they're scared that if you change that you may not fuck with them, or they scared if you change that you might like, you know what I mean?
I know that to the core because of my beliefs. Yeah. Because I grew up, when I would turn 18 is when I ended up in the church.
Right, yeah.
I got saved. I became very heavily involved in scripture, Bible stuff, etc., etc. And then, I got older, and then I backslid, went through a bunch of problems, came back to it, and I went back, and I was just all over the place, what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, there was never no, I couldn't stick to one thing and make it work,
Yeah.
But one thing that you will do is that whenever you do, whenever I did get involved in the faith, all the people that disappear, all the people that don't, aren't Christians or don't believe in God, or or don't know any better.
Right.
It's like that disconnect. You lose a lot of people in that.
Right.
But it's the same way whenever you are like falling apart and you're not doing well in life. You're having a hard time. You're struggling. You're doing shit. Some people just don't want that energy around them. Some people are like, oh, this guy's just falling apart. I'm just going to disconnect. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go do my own thing.
Exactly.
And it's like, damn, so that's why that goes back to what you were saying earlier. You were saying, you're on your own. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you either got to figure it out for yourself.
Exactly.
You can't rely on somebody to help you, to change you, to save you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. There's people that may come into your life, that may plant a seed that may change everything.
Right, yeah.
But...
And that's not to say that it won't be, help along the way either.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But we're time-wise 33 minutes right now. Yeah. I don't know if that's something you want to know. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's not bad.
Just let you know.
How's it doing recording and everything?
I mean, we're rolling, bro. I'm rolling.
Still recording?
Yeah, I'm rolling on everything, bro. We damn near synced up over here. I don't know how. I thought I started this way earlier. I do need some motherfucking water, though.
I mean, you can grab a cup and jump into the... I mean, there's... but then there's also other things. Like, one of my buddies, his big things right now has been... he's been... doing these things where he hits me up and he's like, would you rather? And it's just these random would you rather questions that he finds everywhere. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm sure people do that shit all the time, but
you know what I'm saying? And then we can just boom, bam, bam, like this right here. You feel?
That shit was funny. Like he said, one of the questions was, would you rather be 9 inches tall or 9 feet tall?
9 feet tall.
Right?
Why would you want to be 9 inches tall?
Question.
What the fuck?
I feel like that's everybody's question. I'm like,
I feel like there are no perks to being that small. Unless there's a whole civilization of people that's the same size.
And he's like, well, do you know how big...
You feel me?
I'm like, what is that? I mean, how does that benefit somebody?
Right, bro? What the fuck? Come on, gang.
9-inch people.
That would benefit the 9-inch motherfuckers because they got some people to what? Could you imagine being the only 9-inch person in the world? Like, what? The ants would be killing you. Oh. They would be what, bro?
The ants? Yeah, the only 9-inch person in the world.
You have no lovers.
But what if everybody is 9 foot, though? Everybody.
It would be Avatar.
Yeah.
That's what it would be, gang.
Avatar. Straight up 9 feet tall. Every single person. That's fucking great. That would be fucking great. Yeah, but he comes up with some of those. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we could have like an episode where we do that. Just do a bunch of.
Yeah.
Would you rather?
Would you rather? I got a thing at work on my desk right now. Uh-huh. It's like fucking useless facts, bro. And it's enough for the whole year and some more. So, like, every morning I go to work, I got a group chat, me and my homies, and I call them niggas and I'll be like, did you know? And read off facts. We behind, so I'll call them and be like, hey, man, look, today is the 22nd, and we stopped on the 3rd, so did you know? And I'm reading every day all the way up to the current day, bro.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's maybe I'll start remembering some or like jotting them down or something. As
we'll throw some random ideas in and figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, 21 to 35 is crazy.
Yeah, bro, it is.
I feel the same way. I mean, I would say the same for me. Like, I think at 21, I was in a very bad place in general. But I was kind of in the same boat, going from 18 to, I mean, shit, it took me years, but starting at 18, like literally on my 18th birthday, I got arrested for possession of marijuana.
Oh, damn, yeah.
On my 18th birthday. So going into being an adult.
Right,
literally overnight. It was like 6, 7 in the morning. Fucking got pulled over.
Damn, just when you old enough to go to jail.
I was like, dope. What's funny is that the judge gave me a personal bond just because he was like, well, since it's your birthday, I'll give you a personal bond. I'm like, cool, I guess.
Since it's your birthday.
Yeah, like
appreciate it, Judge. Okay. Let me get up out of here.
But yeah, then it just kind of snowballed from there. Just fucking problem after problem.
Right.
But, man, I mean, I would say it took me a long time before I finally fucking made the transition. That's what I was going to ask you. Like,
when did you have your first kid, though?
Oh, 18.
Oh, you had your kid that same year?
Mm-hmm.
Yee. 18 is kind of early, gang.
18 and 20, I believe, is when I had both my kids.
18 and 20.
So I had Alyssa at 18 and then my other one at 20.
Okay.
Angela at 20.
Oh, dang.
But, yeah, freaking went a long time. I went many years of fucking just being a dumbass, really. I mean, I'm not going to fucking sugarcoat it. I did a lot of stupid shit.
Of course, yeah. Knuckleheads, man. Come on,
I got to where, I would say for me, it wasn't until I hit my 30s. I think when I hit my 30s is when something started to change.
Right.
My mentality. You know, I was like, what have I been doing? You know? And it was weird. It was almost like, for me, it was almost like I didn't realize or like I just wasn't aware of what I was doing or who I was being or it was like I was almost disconnected from myself for a long time. Cause like even these days, like when I talk to my kids or whenever like I'm talking to somebody who knows me from like many years ago, and they talk about me or we talk about things that I've done or been through, it's like it's almost like unbelievable. You know, I'm like I don't realize I was ever that person, or I don't and even my kids to be honest, she tells me like the things that I heard about you, she's like, I would never have believed that was you.
Right, yeah.
Knowing who you are now, you know?
You're like, who, me?
Never. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I appreciate that very much because I'm like, good. And a lot of people that do know me now, like a lot of, whether it's friends, I mean, I've got friends that I've known for many, many years that still, whenever they call or whenever we connect, it's straight love because they're like, they know who I am as a person,
Right, yeah.
And that I appreciate. I appreciate those people, because it's like, at least I know at the end of the day, we're locked in.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
And that's why it's been crazy connecting with you these past few years because it's been like we said it from the jump though, like even jokingly we were like, yeah, we're fucking locked in. That's
right, off top, off top.
And that was great. That was an awesome thing to happen, and I love it whenever like people get to know you. Like I think that's such a cool experience.
It is.
People tend to just love you,
Exactly, yeah.
And, young, old, different people all over. Like, they just tend to connect with you, and I think that's an awesome thing.
I think it is weird as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bro, anywhere that I go, it the most today, right? I went out to eat. Me and my girl, we went out to eat, right? As we went in, sat down, ate. As we're leaving, I open the door, of course, for my girl, right? She walks out. This old lady is coming. She has a walker, right? And she's, it's a good little distance from her in the door. But I'm like, I hold it for her. It's an old lady. I'm going to hold the door for her. And she saw me holding the door. She's like, no, you don't have to. I'm like, nah, man, take your time. You come on. You know what I mean? Is what I'm telling her. You come on. I'll stand right here all day and wait for you. I don't care how long you take. Like, I'll hold the door for you.
Yeah.
So she like, no, I'm waiting on somebody. So I'm not even, I'll be standing here waiting for them. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Cool. I walk off. I walk past her, right? Maybe 3 steps past her, I hear her say, "Come back here." So I'm like, does she want me to hold the door now? So I go to turn around, and bro, she's turned around on her walker, you know what I'm saying? And she like, "Smelling that good, you can stand up here all day." Bro, bro made my fucking day, dog. But it's just the most random like things, interactions with people like that happen all the time. This is an old white lady, bro. Like, she has no reason to even. But I walked past her, bro. She smelled me. And she was like, "You smelling like that? You can stand up here all day." Like, you know what I mean? And just like, we had a good laugh, bro. And it's like 2 unlikely people. And I'm big. 6'4", big, huge black dude, tatted dreads, you know what I'm saying? And then this little old white lady, like, standing on the sidewalk sharing a laugh. It's like crazy, you know what I mean? It's unheard of today, you know what I mean? It's like,
it's just different.
But it's just like that. I don't know. It just be
but
like.
But you have that energy, and and people tend to feed off of that energy. I feel like I see that a lot when it comes to most of the times that we go out or wherever we're around people. I see that energy come up a lot. But
that's what's up, though. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. But the other thing we were talking about was starting over. That was the other topic.
Starting over. Yeah.
We're talking about a little bit about like the difference, you know, from 21 to 35. And you know, life lessons, because essentially this was all starting with the, you know, we're locked in or locked out. And we're talking about life, you know. So that's the thing, like. You were locked up, but
I was locked up.
But that's how you were able to lock in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was
locked in later in life,
bro.
But that's how it is. Sometimes we just lock in a little bit later in life.
Here's the thing, right, about prison that I think a lot of people misunderstand. If the time is used wisely, right, meaning not depending on the state to rehabilitate you, right? Yeah. That's not what I mean. I'm meaning if you, yourself, when you're in prison, you take that time and you go and get your GED if you ain't got it. And you go take these classes and get this trade. Or you go and you utilize the library and you learn as much as you can. And you read books and you work out and you work on your mind, body, and soul while you're in there. Then you'll come out and you'll be equipped with, you know what I mean, or at bare minimum equipped to handle the traumatic experience of re-entering civilization. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you have to, if that time is used wisely, it is beneficial to you, right?
As it I think even if it's, I mean, you can't say like even if it doesn't, you know, help you when you get out, but in reality, anything you do that's positive, I feel like helps you. Yeah. Even if it just helps you mentally, even if it just helps you in the moment to not do something you shouldn't be doing.
Right, yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when people say, like, find a way to occupy your time so you're not, you know, freaking out, you know. Because, I mean, that's what I did. When I was in county for weed, and they had revoked my probation because I was just being an idiot. And so they were like, oh, you know, you got to sit it out for a few months. So I was in prison. I wasn't in prison. I was in jail for a few months in county. And I knew I was going to be there for a few months. So I was like, well, shit. I might as well see if I can get my GED. Right. And I like hit up the teacher that was doing the GED classes in county. Right. And I told him, I was like, hey man, like, look, I'm gonna be here for like 3 or 4 months. And I said, so, you know, I was like, do you think it'll be enough time for me to do my GED? And he was like, I tell you what, he's like, if you just work at it and do it all, he was like, we'll knock it out. So I worked at it for a little bit. The hardest thing I had was math. But luckily, I had a guy in there that was like, oh, you give me some soups and I'll help you with math. Yeah, and I straight up was giving him soups and help him with math. Yeah, you know, that was the hustle. I was like, bet. So, and then what's funny is that it ended up coming up where they were like, oh, you're getting out next week. And I was like, oh, shit. I was like, I'm getting out next week. And I was like, damn. I was like, I just was working. I probably had gone to maybe 4 or 5 classes, about 4 or 5 weeks. Right. Well, then I went back and ended up telling the guy, I was like, hey man, I was like, I'm actually going to be getting out in like a week from now. Right. And then he was like, well, look, you'll have 1 more class. And he goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, if you come in, he's like, I'll just let you test out for it. And I was like, bet. So I went in, did all the tests for the GED, and I ended up passing, and I got my GED.
Okay.
So I got out. I
utilized that time. I mean,
so I was like, dope. That made me happy. You know, it's kind of weird because they put you in like the cap and gown while you're in there. You know, so you got like you got the gown, but you got like the
MDOC or inmate clothes, jumpsuit on under that bitch. But it is what it is, though, right? And you gotta take what you. But any progression, bro, is great, bro. Like any forward movement gang that's what I'm all about, bro. That's what I try to tell my kids. Like even all the way as far as done is all right. You fall, you scrape your knee, okay? Yeah, it hurt, and I feel that. So we gonna embrace that pain right there. We gonna acknowledge that it hurts, but we have to keep going, right? Like we can't stop.
Or
you know what I mean?
Willing to start over from wherever you are.
Yeah. You have to. But forward though, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, because sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes it takes being like, all right, I'm already like I'm washed on all the shit that I've been through. I've been doing everything else. Like there has to come a time where your mind goes, I need to start over.
Right. Yeah.
I need to try again. Mm-hmm. And for some, it's a lot of times. Yeah. Sometimes people have to start over and over. Like you said, I done started over a bunch of times.
Yeah, a million times, right? But that's the beauty about the beautiful thing about starting over is that you start over with the knowledge that you gained from the first time. Right, so every time you start up,
seventh time,
every single time you start over, you're starting over with new knowledge, and you stand a better chance than you did the last time you started over. Right, like, and that's just how it works. So
it's like Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, you can never start over too many times, bro. You start over as many times as you fucking need to get it right, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's I feel like that's a misconception, like, and that's why people be like scared to start over or scared to even take that first leap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, bro, you have to do that, bro. That's the only way that you're going to learn and that you're going to excel is if you go and you try, and then on the way you learn a bunch of shit, bro, and then damn, it didn't work out. Now you got to start over. But guess what? You learned a bunch of shit. So maybe this time you can do this, or you can go this route, or you can do this. And I ain't gonna do that because last time you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's like
it's better to try and fail.
Yeah, you're drawing a map. You're literally drawing a map for yourself, bro. So follow your map.
It's like one thing you said. It's a misconception about starting over.
Right.
I feel that too. Like I feel like one of the biggest things that people tend to fall short on is the idea of growth and learning and whatnot. So many people get set in their ways, or they get comfortable in their ways, even if their ways are bad, even if it's toxic, even if it's unhealthy, they get comfortable in their ways, and they don't want to change.
Yes.
They don't want to start over. They don't want to fix things. This is why people stay in unhealthy relationships. This is why people stay in jobs they're unhappy at. This is why people don't get out of the system because they get comfortable in their unhealthy and in their messed up ways.
And I mean, and also, bro, it feels better to do the wrong thing sometimes, right? Like, that's why doing bad and doing wrong and doing things is so easy, bro, because, the bad things feel good, bro. Like, the bad shit feels the best. And then it's like, the good shit is like, okay, now you're sacrificing. Yeah, now you have to walk, and now you gotta, not only do you have to try to be this way, but you also have to fight off the million temptations that are like bound to come. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
but it's all progress, and it's all a work in progress.
No, for sure.
People don't one day to the next go, okay, I'm starting over and I'm getting this life right this time. It's never like that. It's like, hey, I'm going to go through this situation again, and this time I'm going to try to not let it affect me, or I'm going to go through this situation again. I'm going to try to, just overcome it in some way. It's like, it's always the same lesson I've always learned, like a pitcher test, where they take like a pitcher full of tea, and then somebody gets a bigger pitcher full of water, and they start pouring it into the pitcher of tea, and over time it starts to overflow, and while it's overflowing, you start seeing the tea get lighter,
it's cleaner,
lighter until eventually it's pretty clean. And it's like, that's how it is with people and with their way of thinking. You know, once they lock in, then it's like, all right, start working, start cleaning out some of that shit. You know,
right? Exactly.
And getting better. But I feel like that's something that we've gone through. That's something that we've experienced, both of us, in different, forms and fashions for sure. But I think that's also what connects us.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that want to hear that and want to be able to relate to that.
That can relate to that for sure.
Yeah, and that I feel like whether it's opinions they agree with, whether it's ideas they agree with, whether it's thinking, thought process,
or disagree with,
or disagree with, know, I mean that that's stuff that I want to hear too, because
100%.
Because you've got to be part of changing and part of adapting and part of growing is also being willing to hear and
accept
take in other people's
perspectives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
But
definitely necessary in that journey for growth, and that is necessary, man. You have to be able to take in many perspectives, bro, because you never know what you might learn. Even if you still disagree at the end of hearing the perspective, there still might be gems and jewels in there.
Yeah.
That's why I was always taught, bro, to take heed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you take heed, it's like listening and deciphering through the BS, you know what I mean, and taking in the stuff that
the way that I used to hear it was just eat the meat and spit out the bones.
Facts. I like that.
Yeah, so it's
I like that.
Just eat the meat and spit out the bones.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
That makes sense.
Okay, no, it do.
Well, I think this was a pretty good first episode. I think we should go ahead and wrap it up. We ran it. And well, I appreciate any and everyone who may or may not listen to the podcast.
It's gonna be a fucking time capsule. This is our
first episode.
In 2048.
We're hoping that a couple years from now, we can look back and be like, "Damn, glad we started that thing."
Look at us. We tried to.
We're gonna be like, "Remember when we started that thing?"
We're gonna be lit, bro.
Nah. We're planning on trying to do this weekly, if not every other week. We'll try to squeeze it in when we can.
Every week.
We're gonna try to do every week, every Thursday night.
Every week we need to. We gonna hit you with something over the head.
Now we can drop it on Fridays.
From now until forever. You feel me?
Yeah, that's the plan.
I don't care. We getting it in every week, even if we gotta go virtual. However it gotta go. We doing it every week, bro. We have to. Yeah, that is. I'm on wax. I'm on screen. I'm on nigga. Every week we need to make that commitment, bro. We need to lock in or get locked the fuck out. Man.
I feel that. Well, Ali, appreciate you.
Hey, let's go. Doza. You know what I mean? My boy.
We ain't here.
It's love, people.
It's love.
It's love.